Hey everybody, this is Try Dying to Live here, and this is our 2,000 subscribers special, celebrating 2,000 subscribers. This is actually part one, not necessarily part one, but one video of a few that we're going to do in celebration of 2,000 awesome people who clicked the subscribe button. First of all, this is the video that is about answering some of your questions and things like that. I asked you on a previous video, please ask any questions. I'll answer them in a future video as part of the celebration. And so this is actually that. One of the things that I always get is people talk all the time and say your ships are fairly inefficient. You make them too big. You don't have to put that much into them. And I always think to myself, you know what? I don't ever build them big enough. And so this is my latest creation here, and it's going to be kind of featured in a later video, but we're going to get this thing started as I answer your questions. That's actually 32 stacks that are 5 tanks high to launch this, I call it the triple lander, if you would. We'll feature that in a future video. But first, we are going to answer some of your questions. I will note that we may actually have to continue this video on later because the ship is so large that I've had to overclock my system, and it's kind of unstable right now. So it might crash at any moment, but hopefully we make it through just fine. So, to the questions. Let's see here. Harry High Def says, not to be annoying, but first, a little bit. Let's see here, the Mr. Chuckers, he says, hey, why don't you try my texture pack for Minecraft? It's called ChewCraft, 16 by 16, mobs of 64. Type that in Google and it will come up. Check it out even if you don't use it. Everybody Google ChewCraft, CHU-CRAFT. He says, congrats, by the way. Miracle Lab says, congrats. Hey, by the way, that cake was from me and not from Goldfish. Oops, sorry. It was from him. I saw the video. It was amazing. Miracle Labs video. Anyways, let's see here. Hey, first of all, congratulations. Which other YouTubers do you like? I watch some Ethos Lab, and I like Freddy View. Those are the two that I try to watch every video that I really enjoy the most. But there's lots of them, just one-off videos and things like that I like to watch. Let's see here. I'm trying to skip through all the ones that it replies to. All right, for gaming. This is from Mind Colby Craft. For gaming, AMD or Intel? Depends on how much money you want to spend. Depends on what you like. I like AMD. I like to support them. You can use Intel. I won't hold it against you. Usually the AMD motherboards are cheaper. Is a $600 computer a good investment for minor gaming? Dude, you can play high-end games. You may not be able to play it at absolute highest spec, but I knew a kid who built himself a gaming computer. And the best part is when you don't sink $500 into a graphics card, if you put $150 into your graphics card and you decide you want to upgrade your graphics card, you're not thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm throwing out a $500 graphics card. You're thinking, hey, I'm going to toss out a $150 graphics card. Is IT a good career path? Yes, but you have to be a very patient person because you'll be doing the same things over and over again. It's fun to do some of the interesting things, but you'll be fixing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I enjoy computers, and I'm going to a tech high school for it. It's still a good job. It's in high demand. So if you like it, that's great. All right, Dr. Delta Theta says, what is your career? You sound like a very intelligent man. Why, thank you. I am a children's minister. I do children's and youth programming at a church. I do teaching, education, volunteers, counseling, the whole gamut of things. I do a lot of stuff. Cozeboy129 says, do you like the skin I made you? And he made me a KSP skin, and yeah, I actually do kind of like it. I'm still using it. Let's see here. Eli G. Eunice says, how freaking excited about the COTS demo. Something happens in 6 hours. I don't know what's actually expected hatch opening. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know. It sounds great. Let's see here. I can't pronounce your name, man. He says, can I make you an intro? Yeah, absolutely. How do you come up with your space ideas in KSP? Ask GTA 4305. And will you ever make a KSP video with rockets, mods, things like that? And the answer is, I come up with my videos from my rocket ideas from a huge amount of spaces. Sometimes a real rocket, sometimes I see a picture, sometimes I just have an idea. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's just like a goal. Like I want to do this, and I think I need to drop these guys off. Oh, please hold together, computer. um, so things like that. Just so many variety. Always keep your mind open. Never just say, "Oh, this is impossible," because that's when you suddenly realize that something that you think is impossible, it really is possible, and it's pretty cool. Let me look at this real quick here. I should probably start turning. Gravity turn. 90 degrees. Oop. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? I should be going backwards. Let's see here. How do you come up with the ideas? Do you ever make one without mods? I don't usually use mods, and it's not that I'm opposed to mods, because I think there are some really cool mods out there, both in like kind of like MechJeb kind of stuff. But because a lot of people look at my videos to learn how to do stuff, I don't want anybody to ever think that like there's an extra thing that you need to play the game. Like the stuff that comes with the game is not enough. You have to have a mod. No, the mods are icing on the cake. The game is amazing, and you can just add even more. And if you hear talking in the background, that's my son. He's pretty excited to see me talking. He's pretty fun. And which is interesting because May 1992 says, "You have a child. Is it a boy or girl? How old is he or she? How is he doing?" I have a little boy. He's about 1 year old, and he is doing great. Irregardless of the fact that I am his father, he is still doing great. But anyways, no, I think I'm a good parent. I try to be, at least. I don't try not to be. Anyways, let's see here. The Lol Zebra says, "Why don't you reply when I try enter? Is there something I did wrong, or are you just not taking people on?" I think he's talking about the server, and the real reason I don't frequently take people on is I am super lazy. This is actually like a hobby, and I only have so much hobby time. Like when it comes in order, there's work, there's family, there's taking care of things, taking care of neighbors, making sure that this is like the lowest priority thing on the list. And the lowest priority thing on the low priority list is doing reviews or looking at videos for entering to the server. So usually I do like wait till there's 10 people have applied and then just go through them all real quick. But I'm super lazy. So if you really want to make sure you want to get on this, you're like, I gotta get on this server. It looks so much fun. I really want to do it. Bug me until I just can't stand you anymore. And I'm like, yeah, we can be homies. I'll get you on the server. So that's the reason why. I'm just lazy, and I've got a busy person. It's not. This is like, just a. Not even a part-time thing. It's just like I say, it's a scrape together time. It's like, oh, I got 5 minutes. Make a video. Let's test a rocket. Let's see here. Can we see your face? Yes, it will not hurt me. It will not hurt you to see my face. However, I'm not gonna go all the way out and just how are we doing on our rockets? We still have fuel. Looks good. Okay, that's the last stat. Good thing I was paying attention. So I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, this is my face, big unveiling. But I'm on the internet. My church that I work at has my picture on it. So if you can figure out where I work, if you can figure out my name, which is not hard at all because I've said it on my videos, and you could find it. It's not hard. Somebody actually found out that they were a Facebook friend of a Facebook friend of mine. It's like, how do you figure that out? But you can see pictures of me, and I'm usually doing something silly. So if you want, you can see my face, but I'm not gonna be like. Also, please don't stalk me and kill my family. That's important. Let's see here. Jam at Winter. Why don't you have a real-time podcast of a trip to the moon or Minmus? Because they are really far away, and if we did it in real time and didn't warp, which I assume what you're saying is, I would be here for all right. Hour 7, we are still traveling, and then we'd have actually 4 minutes of actual gameplay. And even then, even when I'm using warp, I cut out a lot, and I'm always like, all right, we'll see you when we're around the moon, or we'll see you when we're about to land. Just because I like to keep things moving, and the videos, I might have a half-hour video, but there might be an hour of or hour and a half or 2 hours of actual piloting and flying and warping and things like that in the game. And I don't want you guys to have to be like, all right, and then there's a star. Let's count the number of stripes on the fuel tanks. We're not going to do that kind of stuff. So I usually Don't do that. I might do like a nonstop, but like an 8-hour thing would be just crazy. And I'm jumping around here. I've actually not. I'm looking up at the game, and then I'm looking back down at my list. Mr. Down, Mr. Up Down. There we go. 66. Yeah. It says, "What's your favorite game?" Probably my favorite games are. So probably the game I played the most and really got me into gaming was a game called Day of Defeat, which you've never ever heard of. But it was a Half-Life mod which turned into an actual game, and they actually made a source version of the game, which was also good. This rocket's too big to turn. Good grief! Look at it just fly. Just keep spinning there. All right. That's probably the game I played the most. I play a lot of KSP, obviously. Play a lot of Minecraft. Played quite a bit. I played all the Half-Life games except for some of the original Half-Life, like the stuff Gearbox did. I've played pretty much everything Valve did. I love Portal a lot. I thought Portal was just amazing. It was just like, as soon as I saw like the very, very first trailer for Portal, I was like, this is going to be the greatest game ever, hands down. And sure enough, it was one. I was just like giddy the whole time playing it. It was unreal. So there's a lot of games out there. I don't like generic shoot 'em up things. Usually, if like the masses love the game, I hate it. For example, I did like Halo 1. But I really hated the other Halos. I take it back. I didn't really hate the other Halos. Number 2 was confusing. And number 3, I was like, really? We just finished the fight? That was the whole game? You know? I just did that to keep myself from spinning too much. I was like, we just finished the fight? That was the whole point of the game? Anyways. I was disappointed because the bar was set so high with the first one. Anyways. So I'm usually pretty picky. I like the Max Payne series a lot, but I'm not buying the new one because it's not written by Sam Lake and DLC and stuff like that. There's some DLC stuff I think and some DRM stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna mess with it. It's not worth it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a rootkit thing or if I'm gonna have to sign up for it. It's too much work. All right. Have you ever been to Asia? No, I actually have never left the United States. So, which country is your favorite? Which I assume is your Asian country which is famous. There's a few. One is Indonesia because I guess that's sort of in Asia, right? Indonesia, because they made my guitar because it's a Fender, or it's a Squier by Fender. You know, it's a cheap guitar. Still love the guitar, but they made my guitar. So Indonesia's good. Japan's good because. Anime and all that good stuff, and Domo-kun and cool things like that. And and China because Big Bird visited it, and that's a fun thing from my childhood right there. So, anyways, let's see here. Favorite game, Asia. What software do you use for recording? My earliest videos. Oh, poor guy. He's being told no. He hates that. For my earliest videos, I used Microsoft Expression because it was free, and then later on, I started using Fraps because it's easier, and they're both really good. They just have their own pros and cons, but I use Fraps right now, and I've actually started doing something different with the audio. So I'm actually using Audacity for audio, but not in the same way that Sunder Markin does it, because he actually records video in one and audio in the other, and then syncs them. Oops, not that one. And then actually syncs them together. And I'm not actually going to do that. I actually record in Fraps, and then I export the audio to, I think somebody's using a weed whacker. I can hear it. And then I export it to Audacity, clean up the audio, and then smash them back together. And I still use Windows Movie Maker. That's right. I have not upgraded to anything. It still does everything I do. Cut, paste, squish. Everything works great. I don't need to do anything fancy. And so it's like, I'm just not going to spend the money. I'm just going to enjoy, I know how to use it. It works fine. It's not as fast as some things, but, whatever. Let's hear. How old are you? I'm 27. What job do you have? Children's minister. Are you married? To my wife. All right. Code word says, what the hell? I don't know. What? This is a children's show, man. Not really a children's show, but there's children on here, man. They could be reading this, man. Let's clean it up. All right. You only have 2,000 subs. I know, isn't it awesome? They're all amazing. I thought it would have been at least 15K by now. Holy crap! Not enough people with good taste in YouTube channels or something. Yeah, also because KSP is a smaller community, smaller game, which is kind of a shame because it's an amazing game. It really is a great game. You know, this is the game that I would love to see more of, more creative stuff, more things where you're just like, huh, I blew up something and it was great, and there's no, 12-year-old kids raging at the screen, at the Xbox, whatever. Anyways, so more kids. So this is what I want you to do: just go out, find somebody, tell them about this game, tell them how awesome it is, show them how to get them started. I actually started my wife on it a little bit. You'll actually get to see her play it later on, which would be awesome because she actually was started out really quiet, and all of a sudden she got really excited and things. She still doesn't want to play the game anymore. She's not a video game player, but anyways, she at least had smiles and fun and things like that. And then she's like, "Can I go to bed now?" I'm like, "Yes, you can go to bed now." Okay. Let's see here. What is the largest possible rocket that you can make and then land on the Min? I don't know. We'll find out. What's your favorite cereal? Waffles. Actually, right now, I know it's not a cereal. I know it's not a cereal. You don't have to remind me. But I like waffles. And cereal, I just think breakfast food. And waffles are great. And I've been starting to eat more waffles. And they're amazing. And no, I don't mean carrots. And nobody just got that joke. Anyways. But for cereal, I don't know. I like frosted shredded wheat because it's sugar and healthy at the same time. Another question: did you go to college, university? If so, where for? What did you study? I did go. I went, and I have a degree in youth and family ministry, which is this kind of eclectic degree where it's like theology mixed with psychology, mixed with childhood education, mixed with just a little bit of everything. I took classes on everything, like everything from audio mixing to everything. It's so eclectic, it's unreal when you think about it. But anyway, so that's what I do, and that's what I did. And finally, the last question is from Har Luke. Someone said you worked on KSP. Who told you? No. Is this true? No, it is in fact not true. I volunteered to test some of the experimental versions because I have some programming experience, and I try a lot of changes things, and also because I do a lot of videos, and so whenever I do a bug report, I actually post a video instead of just saying here's what I did. So I hopefully trying to be as helpful as possible. So no, I do not work for KSP or Squad. However, I do help them out, and I guess I advertise for them for free too. And if so, can we have spoilers for 6.16? Not supposed to. I actually do know some things. I mean, some things are everybody already knows. Like they're still working on the code for the space planes, and so they had some code that they were going to put in the game, but they didn't get it finished before feature freeze for 15 came out. And so they weren't allowed to put it in. They finished it, and it's going to come out in 16. Everybody knows that, but there's actually another thing which you guys don't actually know about. And I think you're going to be really excited about it, because I was actually talking to somebody last night who works, has some insider information. And you can't not let Squad know that I told you this. But when version 16 comes out, and the code's actually written, all right? That's not like they're planning on doing this. The code's actually written. They're actually gonna have